Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Invetero Coquette D10 topless. And I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. Yeah, pay attention to that paused person over there with that really strange choice in haircuts. I'm sure one of his friends from his other group told him that was funny, and yeah, that's where that had to have come from. Why else would he have made that choice? Anyway, yeah, we're about to find out if this car will off-road. I think I said that, but I'm not sure. So this was an interesting choice. This one came in from Sven. By the way, I forgot to mention last week for the SZ Cruiser that we did, that was chosen by Commander Hobo, and the Castigator was chosen by Sparing Donkey, who was the person you saw crouched next to the car at the very beginning of the video in the pause menu. He was AFK. I guess being in pause. I don't know why it was paused. But anyways, so yeah, fantastic little car. I love this car. I love the way it sounds. Love the way it looks. Love the way it drives. However, probably not the most appropriate thing for off-roading. And certainly not the most appropriate thing for off-roading in the snow. I do have a hardtop one as well. I own all the Coquettes in both topless and with a hardtop because I'm weird like that. I buy duplicates of cars in GTA that have variations that I like, or steal them if I can steal them. Like I have two of the car whose name I always forget, the car truck thing. I can't even remember who makes it at this particular moment. So yeah, the GM car truck thing. I have two of those, because I just like having them. Other things that I like having are people joining the Vainglorious Discord server. That was a good segue, right? Yeah, sure. That was a fine segue. I would love to have you join, and I'm sure the rest of the community would love to have you join as well. We're a chill group, kind of quiet Discord server, but I think that has its advantages, because you don't fall behind if you look away for 5 minutes. You can easily keep up with what is happening in the community. And you'd be a great addition to it, I am confident. We have people who play all types of different games from pretty much every platform you can imagine. Oh my gosh, our Commodore 64 online competitive people are crazy. But anyways, Commodore 64 even have a modem? I can't remember. I don't know. I never used Commodore 64. I'm not that old, but some people would disagree, but I'm not. I never used Commodore 64 in my life. Never used any computer that required a cassette tape for storage. I have used computers that had floppy disks. I'm old enough for that, but not cassette tapes. Anyway, if you are a part of the Vainglorious Discord server and you're on the platform and own the game that we are playing for a community video or for a community live stream, by the way, those get posted in our events section on the Discord. So if you're already on our Discord and wondered how people know when this takes place, well, that's how. Is this about to be a double hiker takedown? Yes, it is. Oh, and it was stop for dead white tracks. That's how you find out. It's all on the events. You can join us in those videos and in those live streams by just being part of the Discord. And yeah, Donkey's truck is still up at the top from the last car. Look at this thing just climb, though. Look at that. That was so impressive that this car, of all cars, could do that. We're up 3 minutes, 24 seconds, so will it off-road? There may have been just a tiny amount of murder taking place there at the end of that last shot. Sorry about that. Yeah, so now we can see Donkey's orange truck is not up here where it was. That's because it's down here now. Very much in my way. That's going to be just the first of many calamities during the controlled descents. Both cars are going to run into problems. It's a very Coquette heavy day. I'm not sure we've ever done 2 Coquettes in one video. We probably have, and I just don't remember. So let's talk stats as we prepare for an unfortunate event here. You gotta find it on the sheet. There it is, not on the sheet, but on the screen. So the D1, 3 minutes. God, that sounds so good. 3 minutes, 24 seconds. makes it 33 out of 88 vehicles that we have tested. It is 2.38 seconds slower than the Declasse Impaler SC Cruiser that we just saw last week, and 0.73 seconds faster than the Declasse Impaler LX. You can see I'm getting close to these edges quite often. Yeah, it's scary. In Sports Classics, we've tested 9 vehicles, in the snow at least, and it is 7.72 seconds slower than the Bugatti Toreador. Kind of sand streets, and that's all-wheel drive, pretty much a supercar, even though it's in Sports Classics. And it is 14.01 seconds faster, and this one shocks me a bit, than the Vapid Retinue. Yeah. It also took it 44.42. Oh, is this it? Yeah, I bounced too much and then couldn't stop. I do try to get back up, but it was hopeless. It is 4.42. Let me try that again. It is 44.42 seconds slower in the snow than it was when we tested it in dry conditions. I really thought, because of the climb that I was able to make at the very top of the mountain, that if I just engaged good throttle control, that I'd be able to get up that section. And I thought, okay, well, if I go down a little bit more, maybe it won't be as steep. So that's what I'm looking for, is a not as steep part. But then I'm like, oh, hey, the trail's right there. If I can just get grip on this doesn't look too bad. But it's just enough that I cannot get grip at all. I'm holding the brakes. I'm trying the handbrake. But I was able to stop briefly. But then the car just resumed going back down again, despite my best efforts. So I cut my losses, and we're going to take a very alternate route for the controlled descent, which has been kind of a miniature damage descent, the way it's getting banged around. But at least I was able to salvage this one. That's more than I can say for the next vehicle we're going to do. Yeah, it doesn't go so well. Let's just leave it at that. You'll see. You definitely want to keep watching, though. It's kind of funny where it ends. Just of all places, and yeah, it's fantastic. But we have to finish up this vehicle first, and this thing is kind of fun to drive in the snow because the back end lets go, and you can have a good old time with it. We are down 3 minutes 30 seconds. I intentionally tried to avoid Donkey. They're intentionally trying to take him out, especially Sven. So, rip Donkey. We're back up at the top for our customary damage descent, because that's just what we do with World Off-Road. We test them in a very controlled manner, very sciencey, very factual, very very serious. It's not for fun. It's not for goofing off with the community and GTA and showing off cars. No, this is fact finding that we're doing in World Off-Road. Very serious stuff. With a spreadsheet and everything, and numbers and comparisons, cells that automatically turn green if they meet certain conditions. Serious stuff, friends. But then we get to have a little bit of hijinks and see what type of damage we can inflict on the vehicles after all that serious testing. You know, we have to let our hair down, unwind, relax a bit with a bit of shenanigans. And that's what you're seeing, you know, for the damage descents. Or maybe the damage descents are real science. Yeah, maybe we're seeing how lazy Rockstar is with their damage models on different vehicles across the years. Yeah, I'm going to be on my roof here for a minute. Well, not like a literal minute, but it kind of felt like it at the time. Because it was just like, can you please flip over? And then as it flipped over, it looked like it was just going to keep rolling back over, and I really thought I was just going to wind up on my roof again. I was terrified I was stuck in the tree, but managed to stick out the car's booty and get that gap right there between the trees. And then continue on down, almost at the thread of the needle, but managed to clip the inside of the tunnel as we went into it, and then spun around. So rip your bingo card if you're playing bingo, which is in the description down below. I think I mentioned the members only access, or supporters only access to an ad-free, less edited version with our Discord conversation. If I didn't, that's a thing that exists, and you can also get in the description and find out how you can become a channel supporter and gain access to that. I don't know why I thought I was going to get this thing over the woodpile. That was absolutely hopeless. But we are down 2 minutes, almost 5 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the Coquette D1. The windshield is gone. Most of the lights are missing. The right door is missing. The left door and the trunk will not close. It does have bent wheels. And somebody just got ran over somewhere. Oh, the biker over there. And it has minor body damage. And of course, we'll take a look at our support vehicles, even though that's not one right there that went up. That's why we only see one right now, because only one of them came back down. From the front and from the back. And that's going to bring us to our next vehicle. A much different Invetero Coquette. This is the D10 Pursuit that just came out and is way overpriced. And honestly, if you really want a D10, just buy the civilian version. And as I said about another police car ages ago, make your friend sit in the passenger seat and shout wee woo wee woo wee woo every time you want it to be a cop car. Because it's not worth the extra money. It's just not. I mean, performance is identical. I have no idea what blew up. Somebody's helicopter is what was said in chat, but I guess the one that was sitting on top of the woodpile, I have no idea. This thing is a handful for completely different reasons. Normally, this thing is fantastic to drive. Like, I love it. It has just enough play in its rear end to be lively, but enough grip that you can control it. But of course, that all goes out the window in the snow, and this just becomes like wheel spin and constantly fighting with the back end to stay behind you because the wheels are spinning. It was just, yeah, difficult, but a lot of fun. A lot of fun to try to get this up the mountain, and it doesn't get up as quickly as I was expecting. I really had a hard time finding. As you can see, because I'm all over the place, I had a very difficult time just finding where I had grip without wheel spin, and there just aren't many places. You can hear me modulating the throttle. There's just not a lot of places where you can really get grip at all when accelerating with this thing going up a hill. So I finally just decided the Right Reverend Clarkson is correct, and that speed and power are the key. And so I just put the throttle down and pretty much left it there. Screw modulation, screw trying to control it and be delicate with the throttle. Nope, just floor it. Well, for the most part. There were some places I still, like here, I was like, okay, I'll give it another try. But then it immediately started bouncing off the rev limiter. It's like I had grip for a split second, and then I lost it, even without giving it any extra throttle. It's just, it was a struggle. Every time I did decide I wanted to try to find that sweet spot, the car just wouldn't have it. It'd hook up for a minute and then be like, nah, I like my rev limiter. I like spinning, and I like being difficult to control. So that's the mode that it stayed in. But then again, it's a Coquette, and you know, not really what you think of for a wintry, snowy day. So yeah, I think IRL, probably not the vehicle you'd want to take out either, the real life counterpart. Managed to actually spin completely around on that one. But the worst is still to come. The ascent was a cakewalk compared to the controlled descent. This is child's play compared to what we go through. It was just calamity following, well, not disaster, but it was a series of unfortunate events. Not in any way trying to infringe on someone's intellectual property there. Are those books still popular? No idea. I know years and years and years ago when I worked in a bookstore, they were crazy popular. But I have no idea if they still are or not. Because I don't sell books anymore. I still love books, but I don't have kids, so there's no point for me to keep up with children's literature anymore. So I just don't know. Apparently they were really cool, though. I read part of it. What was the dude's name? Lemony Snicket? Lemony Snicket's Series of Unfortunate Events? Something like that. Can't remember who wrote them. Maybe it was only a snake hit. I don't know. Oh! The one who said don't hit me actually survived, but then got hit by Hobo. Now listen to this thing. Just spin its wheels. It's just crazy. And then trying to get up here, and I couldn't get the front wheels to grip to make the turn. I let off the throttle a little bit to try to let the back end come around and then get back on it, but the front wheels wouldn't grip and get turned. And now I'm just dragging the body panels everywhere I go, so that's keeping me from getting any type of traction. So, weirdly, I have to take what is practically a supercar and do the granny run here, where I get up a little bit of momentum to help it up the mountain. But we're finally there. Finally. In 4 minutes, 37 seconds. So will it off-road? Ignore the dead body. I mean, you made it, so on a technicality, we give it the yes and the ding, but this is not a vehicle you want to try to off-road in. Get the Terminus Patrol. That's the one you want to off-road in. That or maybe the Caracara Patrol. We didn't test it in the snow. I was going to, but then the faction came out, and I decided to do that instead. So, for our final vehicle in road off-road in the snow, which this, I don't know, is GTA Online still going to be a thing? Because this time next year, GTA 6 should have just been out.
Officer, be advised.
We're gonna Vincent, I was saying something.
For some reason, the
Vincent.
LSPD are not dispatching units.
Vincent.
Can you investigate?
No, I am busy recording the video, Vincent. How dare you? Come on. I know you got some more to say. Anyway,
Copy that. Stand down.
You stand down. Yeah, GTA 6 will be out. I don't know if there's going to be a replacement for GTA Online. They haven't really said much about it. Yeah, in hindsight, we lose. Very smart idea for what's about to happen here. You can see what happens is I caught a bush, lost my braking ability on the front end. It spun around, the back end came around, and I didn't have enough time to get slowed down, and I am never getting back up the mountain or getting back to the trail to properly finish this controlled descent. But yeah, so I don't know, this could very well be the last tour off-road in the snow if there isn't snow next year in GTA Online. I'm kind of hoping that there will be. I don't know. I'm thinking they're going to keep GTA Online around for a year or two more before the GTA 6 version of it hits. Or maybe not. Who knows? I'm not a rockstar. They do weird things that only they understand. So, I thought I was out. I thought I was free. I thought I could go past this bush and be out. I did not know there was a little bit more of a hill and a barrier here. And I am stuck. I tried the up and atomizer. I tried several things. I couldn't get it out of there. It just... It never, ever got unstuck. Well, I mean, it did, obviously. Clearly, because we're up here. But it had to have a lot of help. That doesn't count in World Off-Road. So somebody got jumped the gun there. I believe I know who. Thankfully, they didn't screw up the recording, so I knew when to start the timer. Because I actually watched when the camera, like as the frame, I watched the poles on that ramp we jump off of. And when they start, I go frame by frame, right at that little slot right before we jump. And as they move in the video, that's where the timer starts. That means the car's moving. But if somebody sneaks up behind me, if somebody sneaks up behind me into my camera's view and causes my camera to change, I can't tell where that frame is for when my car is started moving. So that's why everybody stays back a little bit, so that I can get that footage and know where to start the timer and all that good stuff. But thankfully, he didn't manage to come up on my back end before I got that timer started, so I won't yell at him this time. I'll just rear end him with my wedge here. But yeah, it dawned on me in this video that this could be the last one off-road in the snow. This could be the last vehicle we ever drive up this mountain. It's already happened. It happened 2 weeks ago. And don't know, aside from mods on 5M servers and in jobs where you can turn the snow on. That's it. That could be the end of the snow. Now I'm kind of sad. Oh well. We still had a lot of fun with it. And what a way to end with a DNF on a controlled descent. Hasn't happened in a while, but we had one. We have taken a beating on this car as well. We are down 1 minute, 56 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on Coquette D10 Pursuit. All the windows and other lights are gone. The grill emergency lights are busted out. The front of the engine cover are missing. Both doors are missing. It has bent wheels. It has slight body damage. And even though we couldn't really tell it on that damage descent because you didn't see any smoke or hear any stalling or any rattling, it does have engine damage. When I was driving it back from where we were stuck to over here, it was stalling out quite a bit. There's our support vehicles with the great entrance. And then from the rear, thank you so much for watching Will It Off-Road in the snow this season. We'll be back next week with regular Will It Off-Road, but I appreciate your time today. I know there are hundreds and thousands of other things you could have done with your time today, but you chose to watch my silly little video in the snow, and I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.